Make sure to leave a like on this video.
Hey guys, what is up? I actually vibe coded an entire template building platform for you, and I'm going to be giving it out completely for free. This video is specifically for all the marketers and content creators that want to make stunning AI videos. The topic of this video is going to be, yet again, Google's Veo3, quite possibly the best video generator out there since launch. If you're new to the channel, in the past I've created an entire automation where an AI agent creates scripts, generates videos, and stitches them together, all using AI. Today, we're going to go even one step further, and we're going to be utilizing a new strategy. On Twitter, it's been floating around that you can send Google Veo3 a JSON prompt instead of a block of text, and it will perform super well. For example, this user created this giant JSON file, gave it to Veo3, and it created this video.
I left my name inside the silence.
It's actually kind of genius because it breaks it down into each component and makes it so the computer can fully understand what it needs to generate. So when I took this prompt and put it into Google Veo, I generated a video almost identical to the one I saw on Twitter. However, what's even cooler is I can take the dialogue in the JSON file, change it, and it'll create a video like this.
Whatever you do, don't forget to subscribe.
And just for context, we're currently in Google's Flow editor at flow.google using a US Gemini account. We can create these videos for 20 cents using Veo3 Fast, and then if we want a slightly higher quality version, we can go to Veo3 Quality, and it'll cost us $1 to generate a video. But anyways, back to the main point. The thing that makes this technique so good is that the character in the video looks extremely consistent. You can see the hair is the same, the skin tone is the same, the makeup, the costume, all of that. And the reason for it is everything is described here in this giant block of text. But your one complaint might be, this is really hard to edit. It's extremely disorganized when you look at it like this, and even pasting this into a text editor or even a code editor might drive you a little bit crazy. And that's where I got the idea to vibe code a Veo3 JSON prompt editor to make this process way more simple. And it blew my mind how well Claude did with this. I simply gave it the prompt, create a web interface to easily edit Veo3 JSON prompts like this one. Then I gave it the example we had in the beginning or middle of this video. And then as you can see, it pretty much did all the work. It took a little bit of time. I went through, I told it to move the dialog boxes, take things out, change a bunch, just to make it easier to manage them. And I also created this little importing function that I'll talk about in a second. But I have to say, this whole process probably only took me 20 or 30 minutes. And now I'll show you in full screen what it looks like. So here we have it, the tool on the website. The link will be in the description. You can follow along and use it however you want. It's currently hosted on Claude. I didn't even know you could just one-click publish these artifacts, but this is the first time I'm going to test ever publishing something like this and sharing it with people. So we'll see how well it does. So you'll see on the left side you have your inputs, and on the right side you have the output. So essentially you can see there's a bunch of content right here, but I'm about to refresh and it's going to go away. So you can see there's nothing right here, and then everything's on the left that you can choose. So for example, it's broken down into all these sections, and then there's subsections in every section. And the coolest part is you don't have to fill out everything. You only have to fill out what you want to. The first thing you could do is load an example. This just gives the example that's mostly populated with text from the template that I started with, from the girl looking into the mirror. So you can see when it has all this content written in these boxes over here, in real time, it edits this JSON file. So you see it's realistic. If I change it to animation, you'll see real time, it changes that. I can just copy this JSON and then I can put it into the Google Flow editor and generate this video. So I'm going to put this back to realistic, and I'm going to show you one more thing. I also created an import JSON, so I can simply paste a version that I already have. And this is the template I use for the first few seconds of the video where it says make sure to leave a like. And to have a template like this, you're obviously going to have to create it first. But the idea is, if you go back into your Google Flow and you have one that you like that you generated, you can just copy that text, put it into the import it, and then it will import everything to here. And then, for example, if you want to change the wardrobe from a rainbow reflective suit to, so if you want to make a change to something like the wardrobe, boom, I just changed it right here. Everything else will stay consistent, and then I can re-render this video. And I'll play a quick clip of what Google Veo3 rendered from this overall JSON that I just copied and put into the Flow editor.
Make sure to leave a like on this video.
Now let's quickly go through all the settings you can change. And one thing to note is you don't have to fill anything out. You only can fill out whatever you think is important. So there's stuff that you might not want to use, and if you leave it blank, it just won't generate anything there, which is completely fine. None of this is required, but it does help add specificity. One last recommendation is for these text boxes, if you want something to be super consistent like the character, I highly recommend that you ask an LLM for a longer, thorough description that you put in there, because if you just give it a few words, it could still vary quite a bit. So in the shot section, we have the composition where you can kind of talk generally what the shot you want is. Then you have camera motion, what you can say for that. Then you have frame rate. To be honest, I really don't know this actually has that much of an effect. Then you have film grain, which is some editing that you can do to the video. Then you have the subject. Now this is where you put a relatively long description if you wanted them to stay the same. And then you have wardrobe. I had this as a rainbow reflective suit, and I switched it to black tux for that little clip, so to show you the difference there. Then you have scene location. You can have where you want the location. So this was at the top of the glacier from the clip you just saw. And then you have time of day. You could do dawn, morning, afternoon, sunset, twilight, night, whatever you want there, or you can leave it blank. Environment, if you want to explain even more about the environment, you put that right there. Then you have action, what the person or thing that you want to be happening in the video. Then you have props, which would be other stuff that you want in the video. Then you have the cinematography, where you can add stuff about the lighting and the tone, completely optional. And then you have audio, which starts with character. Now, the character doesn't really matter what you put there. I just put in Adrian for the name, but it really doesn't matter. And then the line, which is what the person says, basically, that you have right there. And then we have background music, whatever you want to be background music in the video. You have the vocal style, which is not super important to put, but you can put loud, feminine, angry, quiet, whatever you want. You can have how it's delivered, how you want the flow of the delivery, and then the phrasing. Just a bunch of extra stuff in case you're doing some sort of like ASMR thing and the type of voice is super important. And then you have the color palette if you want to add some more coloring options to the video. So these are all the options. Feel free to check this out. I'm really looking forward to feedback and to see what you guys create. So like I said, please share what you think and any creation you make. Probably the best way to do that would be on X. My X is x.com/mentor, so make sure to give that a follow. Also, if you enjoy all this free value, you can sign up to my email newsletter at adrian.co/subscribe. And then one thing I want to end off on is sometimes I feel like it nerfs the fast version, and sometimes you need the quality version to get good audio. Sometimes the fast version is fine. However, the quality version is $1, and sometimes it comes out with terrible outputs. So I'm going to end this video on a funny note and show you one of the terrible outputs that I have no idea why went so poorly.
Shout out to Adrian.